in your experience using Meet Record, and specifically, what have been the ways that it's helped to enhance your team's processes, decision making, just impact all around?
Yeah, so before Meet Record, we didn't have any recording or coaching tools. So what kind of spurred me to get it in place was we're a fully remote company at Lighter Capital, and sales team has varied, but right now we have 5 total people, 3 or 4 in the US and then 1 in Australia. And we had 2 company offsites a year. And the day before, what we do, and we found a ton of value in, is we'd all record one of our calls and we'd listen to them together. Usually it would be reviewed beforehand by a manager. And we got so much value in that, to be able to, okay, how do you handle, someone saying our cost of capital is high, or, how do you handle that our loan size isn't quite high enough for the business? And, how do you start a call? How do you end a call? Those types of things. And so when I saw that, and at the time I was a salesperson for Lighter, I knew I wanted to make that way more accessible, on a daily basis. So that's why it was obvious to choose Meet Record. And what I like about it more than anything, something that I'm a firm believer in, as a manager of a sales team, is team collaboration. Because the person who's just started, 4 months ago on my team, regardless of how you train them and how you upskill them, the person who's been here for 4 years is going to know so much more. And, that's why I want to keep the boundaries wide open in regards to listening to each other's calls and things like that, because, that's a way where you can really expedite someone, who's at the beginning stages, of the profession, to really get them to be just as good as, an expert in the field on my team. Right. So I think that's just really important, is to take the time, out of every single week, to see how you can improve and learn from other people on the team. Because even, a sales leader, what really happens at Lighter Capital is, I have a term sheet here and, they're not signing, or, I haven't heard anything from them for a few days, kind of the deal goes cold, super common. Do I always have the answers to that question? No. But maybe another person has been in the same exact situation on the team. And, we can then go back to your initial call and see, hey, was something missed there? Right. So I think those are some of the components that, I use Meet Record for. In addition to, overall metrics, like how many questions they ask. The talk to listen ratio, I think, is a really big one for me. And an overall, kind of impression of the call. Are you just sticking to a script and asking questions that qualify the applicant, right? Or are you getting off script and really diving deeper into the business? Which for me is asking questions that don't necessarily get you from step 1 to step 2 in the sales process, but really get you a better understanding to learn more about the individual and the business. Even if it's just asking, what's the biggest obstacle that you face right now in your business? Or what's the biggest mistake you've made, as you've been growing your business? Because founders are in the hardest position, in the world to start their businesses, with funding, with creating new products and features on a daily basis. So, we're in a really cool spot to be a capital provider and work with them and consistently learn from them. So that's really, the goal that I want, when I kind of set out to get a better understanding of it, Meet Record, and implement it. And it's been really great, for all of those use cases.